Good morning, everybody. Oh, that's bright. Actually, no. Good morning, everybody. We only have 20 more miles to go before we are out of the urban city stuff and we start entering the mountain pass, which means that we will probably be there by the end of day 7. We've got 2 more days of this left. Okay, pause. So back when this was a postal route and they were walking the mail up and down here, all of these towns, they had little places for people to stay, but they weren't called hotels. They did not look like this. They were like traditional Japanese style. They're called ryukins, and apparently there's a lot of them on the path. That's what I'm hoping we can find. I'm hoping we can go up into the mountain path and stay in these like traditional Japanese hotels. But before we do that, I need to take this off. You guys might not know this, but cameras like the GoPro or the Insta360 or whatever, you can get screen protectors for them in the same way that you would get one for your phone. And then if you drop this, because I drop my cameras all the time, this is the thing that takes the fall. And my lens is actually good. I did, of course, bring 2 extra ones. There we go. The lens is all nice and protected, and we don't have any of that artifacting going on in the bottom corner anymore. I'm looking at where we're going to sleep tonight, and it looks like there is a hotel that is literally just shipping containers. What is this, $38 a night? Holy, we get to sleep in a fucking shipping container. One thing that I've noticed that's pretty prevalent here in Japan is that check-in times and check-out times are different from what you get in America. In America, you typically check out of your hotel at 11 a.m. and you can check in at 2 p.m. So that means you've got like 3 hours after you check out of one that you need to wait around before you can check into your next one. But here, that's not the case. You check out at 10 a.m. and you check in at 3 p.m. So you've got 5 hours you need to wait. I checked the weather. It is not going to rain. It's going to be super sunny all day. We need to get sunscreen as soon as we check out of the hotel. One of the things I started doing, rather than trying to compress this and fit this in my bag, what I do is I just drape it on the top and I use a little carabiner hook to hook my jacket onto my bag. So now my jacket is just like draped over my bag. Okay, it is 15 miles to get to the storage place. I have never slept in a storage container before, but I have seen documentaries about people that have turned them into tiny homes and they live in them like full time. I see something over here that it looks like it might be a grocery store of some sort. I'm honestly not sure if it's rude to bring that into a store or not, but it's really bulky and I feel like I'll accidentally take up entire aisles just by like turning. Yes, this seems like the kind of place that will sell sunscreen. I believe we are looking for bright orange colors. Okay, after searching for longer than I should have, we're just gonna ask for help. We figure out how sunscreen is in Japanese. Okay, I think it's pronounced Hayakadome. Could you point me in the direction of Hayakadome? Hayakadome. Oh, arigato gozaimasu. Arigato. SPF 50 plus. There we go, I guess. There's a bunch of different brands, but this is the cheap one. This is 640. The American English readable ones, they're like twice as expensive. Hello? 704.
704円ですね。
5. Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigato.
Okay, that was pretty easy. Cool. It is, of course, one more thing I've got to carry with me, but it's probably worth it. Skin cancer and whatnot. Okay, no more skin cancer. Looks like we are following the train tracks. I can tell that we are slowly gaining elevation. My legs burn in a way that they haven't before. Guess what I found? Benches. Pretty sure this is a train stop, but I'm definitely gonna take advantage of it while we're here. It is crazy windy today. I think that also means there's probably public restrooms here. There's no soap. It's free, I can't complain. That was a cool little spot to rest. I noticed that they put a lot of these like cloths on the top of their crops, and they look something akin to mosquito nets. I'm curious if they do that to try to keep flying insects off of their crops. Looks like these guys are a little bit more fancy. This right here is what I imagine most of the path will actually look like. A lot of the historic postal route is preserved, but it's like this. I feel like we've been walking uphill all day. Damn, I was hoping there were benches there. I see vending machines up there. I need a drink. The vending machine culture here is honestly so nifty. I'm never far from hydration. Think I'm gonna get kicked out this time? People have been telling me in the comments that I need to try some sweaty drink. Something about sweat. I'm looking, but I don't see anything related to sweat. We're gonna try some of this cool pineapple soda. That's its name. I didn't come up with that. It's cool pineapple soda. It's something. It's something. It is not actually good enough for me to continue drinking. Next contender, we have something called Arginine V. This drink is a carbonated supplement that's great for refreshing. Well, I need some refreshing, so let's try some of that. Arginine V. Trying random drinks from the vending machine, round 2. Arginine V. Oh, that's much better. It kind of tastes like Pez. Like, have you guys ever had those Pez things? The things you flip open, you take the little, it kind of tastes like Pez. Onward. Yes, it does look like we missed the cherry blossoms. We have 7 miles left to go before we get to the storage units. I think this might be an abandoned hotel. It's called Hotel Hawaii, and like, there's a bunch of big tubs just kind of tucked. I'm pretty sure this is technically trespassing, but I really want to see what an abandoned hotel looks like. Oh, There's a new car there. It is not abandoned. Okay, I take back everything I said. They just have tubs laying there for the lulz. Looks like we are back to sidewalks for the time being. Holy shit. Does Japan have Amazon? Oh wow, these ones smell really good. Whew. Hey, there's a Mustang. Don't see that every day. Oh. The town that we are in right now is called Fujoka. We are almost there. Our little shipping container is only half a mile forward. Okay, I'm really curious now because this does not seem like the kind of neighborhood where there would be a lot just full of shipping containers. So, they definitely accepted my booking and charged me. Okay, well now Google Maps is saying it's in a different place. God, I really hope this hotel is in the second place that it says it's at, because that looks suspiciously like a place where you would put a bunch of like shipping containers if you wanted to have like a really transportable hotel. Maybe they just like forgot to take their listing down from booking.com after they closed up doors and they're still taking fucking... For the time being, I'm going to assume that they just moved locations and forgot to update their location on booking.com, but they did update it on google.com. Okay, it should be right here. Please be right here. Hey, I see shipping containers. Look at that. Hotel R9, The Yard. I have a reservation. Hey, is the same? Yes, perfect. Arigato, arigato. Okay. You know, there was a guy on TikTok who spent like a month living inside of a storage shed at like a U-Haul, and he ended up blowing up, and then he blew up, and so they kicked him out, and so then he was homeless again, and I always thought it would be interesting to live in a storage shed. And now I get to experience that for a night. I'm sure these have quite a few more amenities than his did. Where are the lights? Oh my God. We went 16 miles today. But adding that uphill slope, brutal. Okay, we've checked in. Let's go get some food. You guys have been waiting long enough. Let's go get some Japanese food. I saw this place when we were walking. It's called Hotomoto. And I saw it had a picture of food, but it seems smaller than a restaurant, so I might not understand what this place actually is. Konnichiwa. I don't know what we ordered. I just pointed at one of the pictures. Arigatou gozaimasu. Because there's not like a sit-down place in there, I'll show you what we got when we get home, I guess. Let's go figure out what kind of food we got. Okay, this is our traditional Japanese fast food. Okay, we have chicken, we have rice, and we have some sort of broth, soup thing. I'm going to try dipping the chicken in the soup and seeing if it's good. Oh, the soup's a little thick. I think this is called curry, if I'm being specific. I do think it's interesting because I thought curry was like an Indian food. I'm just going to mix the rice and the curry together so we have rice soup. There we go. This is basically what I make in my car in my rice cooker. This whole thing was $5. The hotel also gave me this free food voucher. Rather than getting free breakfast, this lets us get something from their freezer. God, that was really good. I think I'm going to start adding Hoto Moto to my repertoire of restaurants that I go to while I'm here. That was really cheap and pretty good. Hello. Okay, we are allowed to pick, I think, one thing from this. I was hoping for like a popsicle. I think this is actually the same thing. I think it's just rice and curry. I like this because that means we can compare restaurant quality versus homemade microwave dinner quality. There's also not like a timer on it. There's a button for rice. There's a button for coffee. And it's 100 grams, 10 grams. Yeah, there's not like a timer. There's rice in there, so I'll just push the rice button. Rice button. A minute, 15 seconds, I guess. Okay, we are comparing Hudo Mudo rice and curry to microwave rice and curry. This one is a little bit spicier. But aside from like the seasonings that they used, I honestly probably couldn't tell a difference, actually. The rice is fine. I would say that they're actually on the same level. They're both really good. Like they're both good. Hi, I'm gonna soak in a bath for an hour or two. We have about 10 more miles of walking before we enter the mountain pass, so one more day of this.